Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be showing you how you can create this type of UI. I have named it as local events app. Okay, so we are going to do both of the screens today in this video. For your benefit, I have already created multiple assets, guest images. These guest images will be shown here. The asset images, as you can see with the name 5 km downtown run, which will be the image for this. Granite cooking class will be for this, and I have added two more things so that I can have one event in each of the categories, right? So when I am talking about categories, let's see our models. Okay, so category are like how many categories we have uh, in which the events will fall into. So we have all the music, meetup, golf, and birthday, and for everyone I have a category ID. Let me add one category ID to this also, even though we are not going to use it, but I'm adding it. And these categories are added in a list which is holding all the categories, right? So the categories will be displayed here along with their icons and a title, as you can see here. Okay, then we have event. So every event falls into some of the categories, multiple categories. Every event is a part of all category, and also it has been part of a specific category, like this 5 km run event. It is part of two categories. First is the zero, which means the zero category ID, which means it falls under all, as well as it falls under your one. So go to category and see this. It falls into music. See, these are just a dummy data, so don't link it with anything. I'm just trying to show you so that we can, when we selected all, we can show multiple events here. That's the only reason behind this. Other fields in the event are image path, the normal title. Let me show you like this. The image path, title, location, duration of the event, and here you can see this highlighted. So I have given it a punchline 1, and this is remaining the punchline 2. This is called as description. These are the guest, which is, I think, is hard coded. Yeah, it is hard coded. It will be hard coded. And last thing will be our one more thing. Yeah, the gallery images, which I have only added in cooking event. So I will be showing you details scheme only for this cooking event. Other, I will be just duplicating it. So this is the gallery images, which is having cooking 1, cooking 2, and cooking 3 as the images, and you can see them here. Cooking 1, which is like this, and rest all. Okay, so gallery images and the category IDs are the list of elements, right? So you will be seeing it there, right? So this is how my models are designed. And there is one more model called guest, which only contains image path. So we will be using this guest somewhere in the details page. So head on to our main.dart, which we have a normal scaffold background color, which is white, and a primary color like this. We can ignore this right now, we don't need this. And this is the orangish color which we have in here as a background. Okay, then let me close this guest and category. So my package structure will be, I have created a UI package wherein I will be creating two folders. So one will be my home page, okay, and the other will be detail page. You can say event, or yeah, event detail page, or simply event details, right? Okay, smooth this. And then all the widgets related to homepage will fall here. All the widgets related to event details will fall here, right? So we close this. Now we have one more thing, style guide. So I have already created some styles, all the styles. So this is faded text style, which falls for this. White heading text style goes for WhatsApp. Category text style goes for this. And there is one more, selected category text style, because when the item is selected, the color becomes orangish. So it will be like this. Then event title and event white title. So event title is this and event white title is this, right? Similarly, I have event location text style and guest text style. So event text style is like it will be, sorry, event location text style, right? So it will be here, and guest style will be here, which will be applied to gallery as well. Okay, then we go to punchline 1 and punchline 2. So these are the styles applied here. So this is done with the basic part. Now in this video I will be showing you, when you select any of these items, the list will change. So this also, other than means except UI, I am also showing you the logic behind. Okay, so let's start with this. Let's create a home page, right? And go to your home page, create a new dart file, name it as home page. Okay, import material, right? And you have to use a scaffold, right? So since we have already used a scaffold background color, so we don't need to specify here. Now then and yes, okay, so what we will be using here is simple a stack, which will be in the body, right? So first will be a home page background, right? And second will be the other container. So let's just first create this thing. Go to your homepage package and create one more dart file, homepage background. Okay, and then you will be creating a stateless widget, and it will be homepage background, right? Okay, now you have to create a container which will be wrapped in a clip path. Oh, sorry. Okay, now clip path should have this clipper, which will be our bottom shape clipper. So the idea behind doing this is very easy. If we go to design, I'm taking this whole background, right? The behind thing, whole background, and I am making this whole as orange color. Okay, so let's do that first. Give it a color. So to give a color, we can use theme, right? Since we already have in the theme, so we can use it. Final theme data. So theme dot of context. That's it. We will get the current theme of the app, and this theme data. Sorry, theme data dot primary color. Right. So this is the color, and what is the height of this container? It's screen height. Sorry, into 0.5. So we also need a screen height for this, right? Final, and then we can create in the constructor. So since we are creating in a constructor, so we have to pass here, and we can pass like this: media query dot of context dot size dot height, right? And let's make it as required, because it cannot work without that. I'm just removing this clip path right now, and let's try to run the app. Okay, somewhere some errors are there, so maybe here. Let me import this also. Okay. So this is how it looks. Now we have to cut this. To cut this, we are going to take some point here, then some point here, and then some point here. So this curve will come, right? So we will go to our clip path again. We will use clip path and clipper. So bottom shape clipper, and let's create this here. Bottom shape clipper extends custom clipper, right? And import two methods. Now we need to give some path to it, so let's define some path, right? And return that path, and also do true here, should reclip. Okay, now let's define the path. So first of all, let's take a point which is a curve start point. Okay, so this is our offset. And what is the curve start point? If you have followed my previous videos, I'm going to take some point here. So width is 0, So basically this becomes 0. And height is something size dot means I am taking 85% of this height to be the starting point height. Okay, so size dot height, which is nothing but height of this. Size dot height is the height of the child used in click path. Okay, so which is screen height into 0.5, which is this height. So size dot height into 0.85. Don't get confused, this is the height of this whole child. Okay, then I'm taking curve endpoint, which in my case the width becomes size dot width and height remains same because we need exact here point. Okay, now we need to draw first of all we need to the cursor is right now here, the point starting point is right now here, so we have to create a line till here. So path dot line to curve start point dot dx and curve start point dot dy, right? Then we have to make a quadratic Bezier curve. Okay, so x1, if you go to the definition, x1 y1 are the control points. So the control point is always here, right? The curve will be like this, so this point is controlling it and destination is this. So x2 y2 are the destinations. So I can clearly say that the endpoints are curve endpoint dot dx, sorry, and curve endpoint dot dy, right? Okay, then my my curve control point x1 will be you can say screen width size dot width dot by 2, so by 2, and y1 will be size dot height because it's here the full height. Okay, after that I have moved till here, so let's try to run it, how much it looks. Okay, it looks good. Now we need to create a line till here, right? So we will just copy this and make some minor changes. We need size dot width complete and 0 because I need some point here, so it is full width and 0. And this is how your background is done, right? We are done with the background. Now we need to do the content part of it. So for that we are going to use as you can see in the design, we are going to scroll this whole content. So simply we will be using a single child scroll view, and inside that I'm going to use a column that I generally do in all of my UI tutorials. Okay, so this is how you are doing column. Then everything will start from left, so we have to do this. So my first element will be nothing but a small space, right? So we can do it, or we can do one more thing. Can we add a safe area? Let's try that because somebody in comment section will mention it. So let's try that. If it will work, fine. I'm taking so considering this is safe area, so we have some space from top, bottom, right, and left, right? In case of notch on top and this bar on bottom, so we have two places safe area. So we are going to directly create this UI, right? So what we will do, we have to create a row first. Okay, as you can go here, these two rows, first item, then the spacer, and the second item. It's a very simple UI. So we are going to take text, and then the text will be local events, right? And the style will be faded text style that I already declared. Then there will be a spacer, and then image, right? Icons dot I think it's a user person outline, and color for that will be 0x99 FF, right? So this is the color, faded color, and also some size. So this is size 30, right? Then let's see the output. It should show something. Okay, so it looks good. We have beautiful safe area. No need to give any size box on as the first element of this. Oh, we need some padding, that's it. So padding, we are going to give definitely horizontal. Okay, so horizontal padding and 32 is the right value for it. Okay, this is done. Now let's minimize this. Head on to the second element, which is just text. Okay, what's up, right? And I think it's everything is in capital. I don't know. Let's take the style, and it's white heading text style, and let's see the output. Okay, we have to give some padding again to it, and don't tell me that come on, giving 2 times padding and you could have taken one more column. That's all depends on you. I think the number of widgets are same, so let's do in that way. See, if you add column, you have to again add a padding, so column inside column again, it's all confusing. So just use padding. Padding is a good widget, and the same padding, so we can just copy it, minimize it again, and paste. Yeah, and some problems. Yeah, so it looks good now. Now heading to the beautiful part of the design, this thing. Now, if you know, recently Flutter team released or showcased us a widget called toggle button. I actually looked into that, and unfortunately toggle button does not fit into this space, because let me show you one thing. Toggle buttons, right? This is how you will do it. Now, I think there is no way to add a gap between the elements until and unless you make container, then margins and all everything, so you can do in that way. But there was also, when I was selecting, it was not working, so it was better for me to create my own toggle buttons, not the toggle buttons, just my own container and everything like that. Okay. So I'm going to add a single, okay, single child is called view. Oh, sorry, single child is called view, right? And then again, child will be row, children, and then I will be adding multiple items to it. So for that, I already have something. For I have, categories. So final, I'm using for each loop. So final category in categories. Okay, and now I can use a category widget. This I have to create, of course, and I have to pass in a category to it, right? This is how you will do in general cases. So and also you have to give a scroll direction to it. As this video can be a bit longer as I can see it, so have patience and you will be having a beautiful UI at the end of this video. Okay, I'm going to homepage and creating a new widget which is called category widget. Okay, so this category widget will be like, let me show you. Okay, so it will be a container definitely, and it will have of course a constructor which will have category and just import it. Yeah, and as I always say, use this for better. And final. So category is the only widget in this, and now to create the container, let's give it a height of or width of 90. Okay, and then some decoration. Okay, the decoration will be like border. Now this border will change whether the item is selected or not, so I will do it just after this. Okay, border radius dot all, and the radius will be 16. What is the issue? Okay, this is a border, so border dot all color. Right now I will keep it as white, so colors dot white. Okay, border, oops, something is missing. Border radius. Okay, then color will be colors 0x. Oops. So it will be okay, so sorry, it will be transparent, right? Now let's come to the child of it. So child will be a column, which will have, of course, the category name and the second icon. Okay, icons. Okay, so category has icon data already, category dot icon, which is of type, as you can see here, icon data. Then color will be, right now it will be color. Okay, I have to take theme color, so theme primary color, right? Okay, and the size will be 40. After that I will have a text which will be category dot name, and color, of course, sorry, style. This will be category text style, and once it is selected, it will be category selected category text style. Okay, then we need a little gap between these two, so height of 10. So after doing this, what is completed? This simple box is completed, right? And we will be using it for multiple. Okay. So this is category widget, and let's run it. And this is how it looks. Of course, the icon color is bad, so we just have to update that. So primary color it is not taking. Don't know why. It should take. Let's make. Oh, sorry. So primary color is this, and this is also. So color has matched. So this is how it looks. Of course, we need to add some padding to this container, because and also some margin. Okay, so I think margin and constant assets, so that there is some symmetry, there is some gap between all these items like this. Also the border width should be 3, so that it looks good. And the white color, which looks bad to me, because it is not white when it is in this state, right? So right now we are creating for not selected state, so the color will be and something faded effect like this. Okay, now these all items have to be in the center, so we are going to use main axis alignment, sorry, center, and cross axis alignment. Let's see what is output. Okay, and I think cross axis is not needed, but let's add that also. Yeah, it's not needed, so I'm removing it. One more thing I remembered from this padding widget, are these two in the line? Let's see. I'm adding inspector. Okay, they're already in the line, so no issues, fine. Otherwise I would have to add in this row a cross axis alignment as center. Okay, so category widget is done. Now we need to do one thing. When we click on this, it should be selected. First of all, let's work for that. So I'm going to create a app state class, okay, which will be directly in my lib folder. So dart file app state. Okay, fine. Input, nothing is needed to be imported. 1 second. Okay, now I am going to use provider for this. So I have already added a provider package here, right? So, and the SDK version is 2.7 Dart. So I am going to create a class app state which extends change notifier. Okay, and I will create a field selected category ID, which in here of course is always 0. Okay, now I will create a update category ID method, which we can avoid. Update category ID, and it will be the selected category ID, and this will not do nothing but selected category ID equals to selected category ID, and update the notify the listeners. This is done with the app state. Okay, now we need to find a way to wrap this in a notifier provider and use it in category widget. Okay, so we are going to do exactly that. Okay, now you go to your scaffold and wrap this inside a change notifier provider. Okay, so there are some changes in the provider package, so you need to use create here, and we are going to initialize our app state here. Simple. Okay, it needs a function, so since we don't need the parameter of the function, so we are using like this. And let's import this app state. So we are initializing our app state here, which means we are having selected category ID as 0. This is simple. Now you go to your category widget, okay, and let's first of all add some padding also to this, because see this is stretching the edges, right? No, the design, there is much more gap here, so that's what I want to add. Or we can actually remove that, but we need something from top. Okay, so what we will do, we will add this time symmetry and vertical 25. Okay, so this is how it looks. Now wrap this single chain scroll view in a consumer. I'm not adding consumer in whole of the tree UI tree. I'm just adding it here. Okay, it takes consumer as app state. Then builder will have you can say context, app state, and a child, which we are not going to use. So it will return this thing. So just copy this complete, how much it is. So till here, just copy it, remove the child, and use like this, right? Now let's see the output. Okay, fine. So this is good. Now we know that we have selected field also, right? So go to your category widget, and there you can change the colors based on whether it is selected or not, right? So take this app state and use provider of, or you can do, I think this is fine. Right, so this is how you will get your app state, and your is selected variable also you can get. So it will be app state dot is selected category ID. So sorry, selected category ID. Sorry. So is selected is equals to app state dot selected category ID equals to category dot category ID. So this means that this value will be true if category ID is equals to selected category ID. So this means it is selected, right? So this is selected we can use everywhere. Okay, so like first of all we will be using in the border. So as you can see here, the border is faded when it is not selected, and it's white when it is selected. So let's do that. First of all, go to your category widget, go to your box decoration, the border, and if is selected, then colors dot white, otherwise this, right? So let's run it and see the difference, right? Similarly you can do with this color. If it's selected, colors dot white, otherwise transparent, and this is how it looks. Now to the category icon color, is selected, colors dot you have to take theme color, right? So theme dot off dot primary color, otherwise white, and this is how it looks. And similar to your category style, is selected, then use selected category style, otherwise normal category style, and that's it, done. Now you have to apply clicks also. So what you can do, you can wrap this container in a gesture detector. Okay, and you can use on tap and do whatever you want to do. Now if this is not selected, then only execute the following lines. That is a simple use case, right? So once I click on this, I don't want to do anything, but when I click on this, I want to update the app state. So app state dot update category ID. What is the category ID? Category dot category ID, that's it. So now my latest category ID will be this thing, right? So let's run it, and I'm clicking on this and everything works fine. Why? Because when I do this, it notifies your listener. You go to your home page and consumer is consuming it, and it builds the whole row of category widgets and then updates the category. And category widget also rebuilds and it checks whether it is selected or not, because based on this, and then changes the color. So this is how it is done. Now the bottom part is very easy. You just have to create a a single scrollable list, okay, wherein you will be showing the items from a specific category. Okay, so I am going to use um, again I am going to use a simple I would say event widget, right? So for that I have to use single child scroll view again, and everything will go inside that. Okay, fine. Okay, sorry, one okay, fine. Single child scroll view, or no, sorry, I don't have to do anything here because I don't have to use single child, because since we are already in a column and in a single child scroll view, so it will scroll on top of that. Okay, so we are going to use a column which will have multiple children. Okay, so you go to your for loop and final event in. Now which events? So basically I'm going to show you simple logic now. Events, go to your events. Yep, so this is my events list, right? Fine. So events dot where category IDs dot contains that particular category. Okay, and which particular category? So basically selected category. So for that we need to wrap this in a consumer. Okay, okay, this will give us our app state. Okay, so we will get the selected category ID first of all. Okay, so similar things, we just have to copy this, right? And we have to return this item. Fine. And now we have app state dot selected category ID, right? So events dot where we have this function. Okay, so we are taking each event in the e variable, sorry, and returning e dot category IDs dot contains. So whatever selected category ID, if it is in the category IDs of that particular event, that event will be returned. That's the logic. Okay, I'm repeating it. Event has a category IDs list. So whatever selected category ID is equals to the category ID of that particular event, those events will be returned, and it will, one event at a time will come into this event, and we will generate event widgets. Okay, right. So contains app state dot selected category, right? And this is how it is done. I think somewhere I have missed some of the okay, so this is for loop, and now I'm just showing you that event dot name or some title. Yeah, so I'm formatting it. I know it's very weird looking, so what I can do is see it in this way. So it's a single line, right? Anyways, when you format it properly, you will be able to see it. Or what we can do is just remove this, use this formatting, return, and that's it. No, sorry, not this return. Oh, sorry, no, you can't do that. Fine, this is okay. Can we use it in a second line? No, we cannot. Okay, so I'm running it and see the granite cooking class. So meetup has has two you can say category ID. Right now granite cooking class, if we go to event, granite cooking class has 0 and 2, so only this item is shown. But when I click on all the items are shown, right? So what we need to do is we need to go to home page, and instead of text we need to have event widget, right? Okay, fine. So let's create event widget. Go to your UI, go to home page, create new dart file, event widget, import, right? So this is my event widget. Now basically event widget is a card, elevation of 4, child, and also you have to pass event, right? So final, and you can pass event, not event from this. Okay, and then okay, I got a call, so that's why I switched off, and now I'm restarting it. Okay, so the card, then a child, Of course, the color have to be given as white. Okay, child will be a container, right? But we are using padding. Okay, why to use padding? Yeah, fine. Constant. So padding because we need. Let me close this. So padding we need because this padding is there for all the things, right? Let me minimize this. Go to event widget padding. And what is the padding? It should be 20 symmetric horizontal 20, and the child will be a column which will be a clip or rect. Oops. Right, so border radius will be, it is somewhat bigger than this, right? It is not similar to 20, it is more than that. So I'm going to use 30 here. 30, right? And the child will be an image, so image dot asset, and images will be from event. Okay, sorry, event, then this normal stuff, event dot image path, right? And I'm restricting height of this, okay, because it's required actually. And let's see the output first of all, how it looks. So we will have some error definitely because we created a event widget and didn't import it. Okay, event, yeah. So this is how it looks, right? What we need to do is, okay, so fit, first of all, box fit dot fit width, so it will fit the width and scale it accordingly. And this radius is somewhat not applied, so why it's not applied? Yeah, so we need to give a shape to it, shape to the card, so it will be rounded rectangular border which has border radius of 24. Yep. So this is how it looks. Now we need to have some padding. Actually we have, but we don't have at all the places. So this is how it looks now. And why it is not taking whole of your page, that I have to check it out. Yeah. Okay, so there is one beautiful element, cross axis alignment. So you can use this stretch, so it will stretch it basically. And this card should have some margin, so symmetric, I think. Yeah, it should be having some left and right also. Okay, let's figure it out. That okay, no problem. So I will be having vertical right now, so that there is some gap between these two, and the gap from this side I will be adding in the home page. So I will be using padding and symmetry, so the value should be 16. Oops. Horizontal. Yeah, it looks good now. Okay, now you are in a column, you have clip rect. What else you need? So basically you need only your name, the title of the event, and rest all the things, right? So let's see the design. This is a element, okay, complete UI. So it can be divided into row, first item, the second item, and then this specifically can be divided into a column, right? So let's first of all divide this event widget into a row, children, and first give the expanded flex and everything. So this will take three spaces, and the other item can take one space, right? Okay. And one more thing, I'm not going to add this circle. The reason is being simple. I don't know why the designer has designed in this way. Because how much I have to draw, I don't know. For 3 hours, out of what amount this circle is drawn. So this is completely useless thing, right? So in the child, I will be taking a column, of course, and the column will have 3 items. So let's add this first. 3 items means 1 size box and second item, and this is itself is a row, right, with the icon and the image. So first of all, it will be a text. Then this text will be having event. Oops. Event to tag or title. Style will be event title style. Okay. Then a size box of some height, which is 10. Then fine. Now I'm going to use another row. So this will have icons dot location on, then a size box, some width, maybe 5, yeah. Then text rotation, and style will be event location text style. This is done. This expanded will have a child which will be nothing but a text, and it will be event dot duration, right? And the style will be event duration. No, there is not such. So it will be event location text style copy with. So I'm just modifying this thing and making it bold. Font weight dot to. Fine. So this is a row. I think it should look fine. Let's see. Okay, fine enough, not a problem. So this text, first of all, let me show you this thing, how it is looking. So this is our whole row. First item, second item with again a row, and the third item. So this text has to be text aligned as right. Oops, what is happening? Okay. And oh, sorry. I did it at the wrong side. So this text, it has to be to uppercase, and text align will be right. It goes down. Now we need to give some spacing here. So this whole row, we are making it in a padding widget, and it should have some padding, like only from top. And if I run it, if you see the design, it is somewhat little bit on the left hand side from this image. So we're going to give some left also, and now this looks good. And I think it's done from this side, right? And yes, this error. So the solution for this is very easy. This row should be in a fitted box, and that's it. This works fine. Okay, fine. So this page is done now, and there is beautiful this you have safe area, so all is good. But this is bad. One thing is bad. See this, I will show you. It is getting cut here, right? Now this is, you can handle it. Basically, I can show you how to handle. So instead of safe area, you need to have padding. Sorry, not the padding. Remove this safe area, and the first element of your size box will be your size box of some good height. Okay, and now this. Okay, it's all up to you. And also you can see the bottom thing is also gone. So it's all up to you, but it's better to use safe area. So use safe area, because this is also not looking good. So using safe area then, right? So you have 2 options. You can use anything, and this is working fine, right? Perfectly fine. Yeah. Yeah. So now what we can do is we can create the details page. So whenever I click on this, it should go there, right? So we are going to create new file, which is event details page. Import. Okay, event page. So to create detail, first of all, we need to find a way to navigate from here, right? So just wrap this event widget in a gesture detector. So whoever clicks on this can navigate to a details page of this particular event, right? So this is how you have wrapped your event widget into a gesture detector. Now the child will be event widget, but what you need to do is navigator dot of context and then push material page route, and inside this you will have builder and the function context event details page, and you pass in your event. That's it. So you have found a way. Okay, go to your event details page, create a variable event of type event, right? And then just create a constructor, and this is done. What we need to do for event details page? Okay, so first of all is scaffold. This we cannot leave. Body, we cannot leave that. And then you can directly use stack. Yeah. Okay, so stack children, and there will be two child. So first will be event detail background, and second will be event content, event detail content, right? Of course, since it's a background and the background has an image, so you need to pass the image, right? So how you will do that? One way to do that is pass in the event. Other way to do is, since we are using provider, so why not do it with provider? We have event here, so just wrap this stack with a provider. Now this is not a change notifier provider, okay? It's normal provider. So provider of type event dot value, and now you need to just pass a value for it. That's it, and you pass the event. Now this event will be accessible here. Okay, so let's create the background now. Go to event details dot file and event details background, and similarly one more event, event details content, right? Same thing, event details content, event details back, right? Done. Close the content part, import everything here. Oops, some spelling mistake, I think here. Okay, fine. So we're done with this, right? Now we need to work on the background. So what my background says is okay, let's think. This is the image. Of course I can use clip oval, so I'm going to use clip oval, and I can assume that this is a big circle out of the screen, right? So first of all, let me place the image, okay, on this whole screen. Since we are using stack, so we can leverage the benefit of having position widget. And to use position widget, we need to give some left, right, and bottom width, like all these things. So we need to have a screen width and the screen height here, right? So let's have screen width and duplicate height. Right. So position. What is my left position? It's 0. The position of the image basically. So let me add the child also. Image dot asset. Now we need to give event dot image path, right? So we need to have final event provider dot of context and the event. So what it will do, whatever event, one second, whatever event we have given here will be passed to the tree, down the tree, right? So use it like this, image path. That's it. Then what will be the width of the image? It is double the screen width, right? Screen width into 2. Why I am saying that? Because as I explained you, it should be double the image. Okay, then only we can clip it, otherwise it's um, um, or we can do one thing. Why I didn't do that? Let's just do the same thing that we did with this thing, right? Yeah. So let's just forward everything. Let me remove this. Let's just wrap it inside a clip path, and this I'm doing live. It's not already done. Okay, so let me just do this like so. Clipper is the image clipper, right? Create a class, extends custom clipper. If it doesn't work, it's a waste of time. We have a solution, but we are not using that. Okay, but yeah, definitely we will learn something. We will be sure that we cannot use clipper in this case, maybe, but I think we can use. So path, new path, oops, not new path, similar stuff, very much similar and very easy to do. Screen width we have decided. Now we are not using whole. Height will be screen height. No, this will be screen height into 0.5, right? Just remember this thing. The image will be till here. That's it. Okay. So we are putting image, and if you are doing that, why just not check how it is looking? So I'm running it again, clicking on granite cooking class, and it's crashed. That's fine. But why? We have passed in the event, maybe because of this. Why then? Let's dig in. What is the error? It's not showing me error. Let me stop it and then run it again. Yeah, let's see. And meanwhile, let's add boxfit.cover. Let's see. So it should work, man, because this is very easy then. Adding stack details. Oh, got it. So fit expand should work after this. Should work after this. Yeah. Quick. I know it's a long video. Can't help it. It's 2 screens. Oh my god. What is happening? Something is wrong, definitely. Because inspector is also not there, right? Segment over here. What is this? So this is the image taking whole thing. Oh man. Shit. Shit, man. Okay. So so it's done. It has taken whole your screen height into 0.5. Why it will do that? Maybe we can give fit width. Yep. And now we can maybe what I was saying. Maybe we can align it, right? Alignment of top center. Yes, moved. And now can we use cover? Yeah, that's good. Okay, now it's good boy. We click on this and image is this one. That's beautiful, right? This is only we wanted, right? So going to background now. Now we will be using clip oval on top of this. Oh, sorry, clip path with our beautiful clipper, which is image clipper, right? Now let's create a path for it. So first will be again offset curve starting point, similar thing, similar that we did there. Offset So my initial position according to the design looks like, let me just zoom it. Yeah, it looks like if it starts from here, I think it starts from 0 0, right? And offset curve endpoint, it ends somewhere here. So definitely it's something size dot width and some portion of your screen height, sorry, the image height, so 0.95, because it curves. Actually, if you see it, it curves like this. That's the thing, right? Okay, now let's move, since we are already at the starting point. So path dot quadratic Bezier curve, and what is my destination? My destination is curve endpoint dot dx, curve endpoint dot dy, and my control point should be somewhere which is 20% of the weight and 50% of the height. Let's take it like that. So size dot width into 20%, size dot height into 50%. So the curve is done. Then we have to move to path dot line to size dot width, or path dot close. I think this should work. Oops. No way, no way. We are almost done, man. So path dot line to size dot width and height will be 0. Similar that we did there. Okay, we need more curve. So we can drop the, yeah, beautiful. This is how you do it, man. This is how you do it, right? Okay, 9 is too much. This is how it looks like. Nice. One more thing, I don't want to start from the starting point. So my curve starting point is real bad thing. So it should start from something 20, right? And it will not make any difference. We path dot move to 0 0, and then probably no, maybe move to curve starting point dot dy and curve starting point dx. Oh, it's not making sense. So we'll move to 0, which we already have. So line to curve starting point dot dx and dy minus 10. Let's see. 5. Yeah, now it's good because it has come a little bit down, and I can make it 40. Yeah, this is good. Okay, but this is not making a curve here. So yeah, this is wrong. Then we have to add another quadratic Bezier curve. So till here one curve, and then from here one more curve, and this is how you do it, right? So let's add one more, and my endpoint now will not be it will not be this, but it will be something 20 plus 20. No. Plus 20 plus 20, and second Bezier curve. So suppose my endpoint is not this, it is somewhere minus 20 here and plus 20, so it's bottom. No. So yeah, it should be somewhere here, so that now I can make this curve very lightly, and control point will be size width of 0.95 and height almost 99. Let's run it. Oops. So it has come here, so beautiful. Now we have to deal with this. Width will be 99. Yeah, curve has come. Now we have to adjust this point. Okay, nice, no problem. And a little bit height we can take it off. Oops. Good, looks good, looks good. Then, yep. So this is good now. We have managed to do something, but now you have fair idea how you can play with it, right? So I've added a second control point here. My first quadratic Bezier curve ends here, and my second quadratic Bezier curve ends here. Okay. Now I'm fed up of doing this again and again. So as I have done it in a different way in my previous part, so I'm just not focusing on this now. It will take a lot of time. Go to your background, your image, and you have to give some blend mode to this image because it is darker here, right? So that we can show a white colored text. Simple. So give some color, which is like 0x9900, right? And blend mode will be blend mode dot darken because we want to make it dark. That's normal, right? And it looks like this. Okay, fine. So great. Now let's work on the content part. We are done with the background. So content is nothing but again a single child scroll view having a column and multiple things like that. So let's import this, go to this file and take the event first of all because we will be needing it now a lot. Final. And this should not take more than 15 minutes because it's all there in front of me. So provider event, and we have got the event. Now this, see, there are multiple events, so use this one. And okay, column. So starting from some height 100, and then some text, and then this stuff, right? So size box, not using safe area, not needed, just not needed here. 100. Then padding, because we need some padding, right? A huge padding. Okay, symmetric, horizontal, and we are going to take it from the screen width. Because if we take our own value in smaller phones or in other phones, it will definitely not work properly. So remove this constant since it's a dynamic value. So 0.2, right? And of course you need to use fitted box because the text can be at times it can be very bigger and it will show some not for the not for this for the other thing. I will show you. Text event dot title, style will be event white, right? Let's see the output. Beautiful. Now before below that we need a size box. Okay. And padding, similar padding. Child will be a row, so go to your events widget, copy this whole thing and paste it. I am not taking a common widget out of it because the colors are changed, so it's a bit hectic, so not using it here. Also so I'm changing the location text style because if I see this, it's black here, right? So I have to give color white. Then font weight is also bolder. Font weight dot blue 700 maybe. Yeah, so it looks good. Icon color also is changed, so have to use that. Right, it looks good now. Of course there is a dash, never mind, you can add it later. It's not, you can add simple text and it's a dash, that's it. And style will be the same thing. Right, I forgot to add it, but here you can add. Of course you have some size also for this, so size can be 15. and this column should have cross-axis alignment at the start, because yeah, that's what I was saying. And the dash, why it's not showing? It should show. Okay, maybe this is the issue. Yeah, it's hidden there. Never mind, it's done there. I don't know whether there is an image for dash. I don't know that, so maybe you can create an image and instead of text you can use the image. So I'm formatting the file, right? So we have done that. We have added this. Now we need to add a size box, then the guest title, and then the images. Now very easy stuff is left. It's just adding the things and using beautiful for loops and everything, right? Size box, sorry, size box, height of 80, and text, of course wrapped in a padding, because there is padding again, but only from left hand side. I will show you just in a second. So it is guest, and the style is guest text style. So this is how it looks. If I don't add padding, it looks like this. Okay, after padding, good. Then we are creating a horizontal row. Row is always horizontal, but scrollable horizontal list we are creating using row and single child scroll view. So our scroll direction is axis dot horizontal, and okay, so we are going to use for loop, and we have guest. In guest we are going to use clip oval. Before that, let's add some padding, because we need some. Okay, and this style guide also. Right. We have multiple guest images, so it is just image path. Padding. We have padding here. You can see some gap, so that's what I have added a padding here. So it's padding constant sets. Oh, sorry. 8, and then child will be clip oval. That's it. And this is very weird. It is not able to take this guest. Every time I type in, I have to manually type it, right? It is wrong from the ID perspective. Width 90, height 90, fit box dot cover. Okay, fine. So yeah, let's see the output. We have all these guests. Nice scrolling. So let's close this. So we need a so now we need this text if it is there. Okay, so I have already given everywhere this text, so let's add padding, and padding of 16 child. We are going to use rich text. Reason being very simple, there are two texts which have different text styles, so I'm using that. So text span, which again takes children, and each children should be a text span with text. So there are multiple text spans used inside rich text. Text spans can take children as well as text. Okay, so using that event dot punchline 1 style, punchline 1 text style, just duplicate it, or just see, it looks like this. Punchline 2 with the punchline 2 text style. That's it. And this is very beautiful thing. Rich text is very nice. Most of the you don't have to use row. It's very confusing. How you will do this? You have to do it with rich text. Now we have to show a description. So based on my data, I have description only in granite cooking, not in other events. So I'm putting a if condition here. If event.description is not empty, then create this widget, otherwise don't create. So padding, again I'm using padding as in sets. I think it will be symmetric. Just give it all so that there is from top and side also. Child, it's just a text, event.description, and event location text style, because it's the style is similar to event location in the black. Okay, so now I have run it, but it's not showing. So the reason is very easy, because it was not here. So if I click on this, this is there. That's it. Right. So your if condition also works, and this is the beautiful part of Dart. It's being introduced in 2.3, that you can add if statements, for statements to create the UI. So it's very easy and beautiful. Now you need to copy this, because we need to add gallery. So you need to copy this. You can create a common widget out of it and use it at multiple places having padding. Okay, so this whole can be a widget. Okay, and this is how it looks. Now we need to add only the images, right? So let us do the similar stuff what we did to this below guest. Only thing will be instead of clip oval, I think we should use clip r rect, and instead of padding we can use container, and instead of padding we can use margin. So we need from left hand side we need 16. Wait, why I am telling you beforehand, let's see the output and then see what is required. Okay, this is 180, or let's take a 90 right now. I will improve, I will let you know. Now we do need guest here, we need gallery from event.gallery images. That's it. Now if you go to event, I only have gallery images in, you can say, cooking event. So let's handle that part as well. Okay, so one thing I can do here, if event dot simple, if event dot gallery images dot is is not empty, then show this, otherwise don't show. Okay, let's see that. And here, coming back to gallery dot, I don't know, gallery images. Okay, it's not the image path, it's just the gallery, or we can give it gallery image path, gallery image path. Okay, let's run it. Fine, so it is showing all three images like this. That's why we need margin. Okay, and for clip r rect also we need some border radius. Let's add margin first of all, as in sets only. So left will be 16, right 16, and bottom 32. Why bottom? Okay, let's improve the size of the image, 180. Okay, now do you feel we need some bottom margin? So that's why we need bottom margin 16. Sorry, 32. Let's add that. Okay. Sorry. Now one more thing, this gallery from bottom also it should have something 16, right, and top as well, so that there is a partition between these two items, right? Okay, and now it looks like this. So clip r rect, we have to give border radius. Done. I think you have learned a lot in this video, and it's scrolling like this. It looks beautiful. Yes. Okay, now we need to check whether we click on this and it shows error. Definitely it will show error. The thing is, gallery images is empty. It was called on null. So basically what you need to do is event this thing, something was there. I know. Optional parameter is not there. So there was something event. Yeah. So this shows that if it is not null, then only proceed further. Let's see that. No. Let me just check it. Dart. No. Dart operator. Because I have used it and I don't want to miss it for you guys. Let's search for it. Yeah, assign the value only if the variable is null. There is one more. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. So if fine event dot right. Maybe you cannot do here, but event dot gallery images if is okay is if it is null, maybe this will also show error, so false. So let's run it. Yeah, it will show false because this is executed. So what we can do is event dot gallery image gallery images if this is null, right, and then no, I think it cannot be done. So probably we have to add event dot gallery images dot size. No. Okay. Execute. It will execute this if this is not null, but this we don't want. So what we can do is it is it's completely null. So probably this can be handled from one more side. We can add this as required field and we can add empty because yeah, you can do that, but suppose it is null. So if it is not null, and if it's not empty, then show this. Oops. So there is some issue. Eventually I have to add these things, otherwise the video will be too long. You guys can try it out. I don't think that I'm not saying that I cannot do it, but it needs a lot of time and I know it will eat up your time as well. So what you can do is I will show you one this thing. So we can check for empty at least, right? Right. So now this should work. Let me hot reload. Clicking on this, yeah. So it doesn't show anything. That is good part, right? And does it run it? Yeah, nothing. So it's there, but nothing is shown. So good thing. No problem. You can also add this here, right? Okay. So guys, this is the end of the video. And I hope you like this video and you have learned a lot of the things from this video. So do share it with your friends, like it, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching this video. You can find the GitHub repository in my GitHub account. So it will be under local underscore events underscore app. I will be pushing all these changes now. And yeah, see you next time. Thank you. Bye.